There's a threat in the world today. A threat to our way of living, a threat to our society, and maybe even a threat to our very existence. And what is this threat?
We are Checkers and Wreckers, and we are only 10 minutes behind today.
Although we got the internet connection going. How are you this Sunday, Tommy Boy?
I'm not too bad.
Howdy.
That was nice, doesn't it? We have a special guest here in the Checkers and Wreckers paddock with us today. He is the one, Raymond Thomas. He is here with us today. He is a little off the camera. I don't know if you saw that, and you may have seen a shadow go across the back wall here. But he decided to join us, and because racing is a sport, and he knows it, and he made it here before the gas. So thank you, appreciate it. We will get it together eventually here, but
maybe.
The poltergeist continues. So anyway, we get the sound fixed. We got a little video issue, but hey, we are up. We are running now. We are live. I'm not getting any posts, any text, anything saying otherwise. So I think we should be good now. I'm just getting the stare from the vice president. That's all I'm getting now. That's right. Damon, the one, is in the house. I don't know where we left off. So I'm going to introduce him for the time here. So
we'll go back and recap
we'll
Checkers and Wreckers picks from last week.
And as in a normal fashion, Vegas takes my odds and wins on the wrecker and flips them today.
Right. Checkers, Tommy Boy cheated off my checker last week, so we both had Kevin Harvick finishing fourth. So that's not too bad for a checker.
I'll take that for a win on my part there.
Wreckers, Tommy Boy, Kyle Busch gets his 200th win, and Tommy Boy had him as a wrecker. But, you know, hey, that's how Tommy Boy picks wreckers. I had Chase Elliott coming in at 11th, which is not a bad finish for Chase. The dark horse picks, Tommy Boy, Kyle Larson brings it home 12th.
Not bad, not bad.
No, I had Eric Jones, which, you know, he finished 19th, which isn't good. And then who finished right ahead of Eric Jones? Matt DiBenedetto.
Yep, that's right. You should have taken him. You would have finished that one spot up there. He's climbing up there for you. I didn't see your dark horse pick this week. I can't wait to get down there and see him.
Right.
See if he's on there. See if he hit that dart again.
I was trying to hold my picks out so you couldn't cheat off me.
Exactly right.
But yeah, so Kyle Busch gets his 200th win last week at Las Vegas. That's pretty impressive feat right there.
Yeah, it is. That's a lot of victories there. A lot of time in victory lane. That's for sure.
200 wins between all three series. That's pretty impressive.
So now it's actually 201.
Yes.
After that win last night.
Yep. Kyle Busch wins in the trucks at Martinsville last night. Well, actually, it was yesterday afternoon. Who won the Xfinity race last night? I didn't get to see it.
You know, I did not see that one.
Yeah, I don't know who won that one, but
I was out and about and came home last night and fell right asleep in anticipation for today's full day of racing with Martinsville, everything there.
What is up, Mr. Josh Shin? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, but going back to Vegas, you see all three Penske's top 5 finish.
Yeah.
You had Logano, Keselowski, and Blaney putting it in top 5.
That's going to be the team to beat, I think, this year. Those three definitely keep it up there for sure.
So,
did I just see Cole Custer? Did he take?
I think that was last week's.
Did that have Busch in second? Yeah, that was last week there. Cole Custer took Colonel Custer took him out last week there.
But yeah, going back to the Penske Fords, they definitely seem to be the strongest Ford team right now. Which the strongest to me, you can't beat the Kyle Busch combination. I mean, this dude's on a mission this year, and he's going out and just dominating.
Yeah, and he's on it this year. It's really going to be tough to beat him. But like I said, I mean, I guess if the Penske's are going to go out there, and if there's going to be a team to take him down, it's going to be that team. They're going to work together and get it done.
I'm still waiting to see Stewart Haas and Harvick get up there and get a victory. I mean, not that they're running bad. I mean, the Stewart Haas cars are, in contention and top tens, but a driver like Harvick, you're used to seeing him, have at least one win by now.
Yeah. Did you did you post that on what Stewart was saying about?
Yes, I did.
That was pretty interesting. That was a good read there.
That was a good read.
I got Xfinity did not race, so.
Oh, okay.
They before
it might have been rain delayed last night
before Martinsville there.
Okay. Yeah, but going back to the Stewart article, he was saying that he doesn't kids that just because they have rich mommy and daddy or whatever should jump right into NASCAR, and I have to agree. I think you need to pay your dues and come up through the ranks. And I know you're a big fan of hers, but we'll take Haley Deegan for instance. She's in the K&N series and has penciled in a 5-race deal for ARCA.
Yep.
And she was saying that she doesn't want to move up into Cup yet. She wants to get into the trucks, and she wants to take the steps to move up into the Cup cars, which I think's
that's absolutely. I mean, that's smart.
That is very smart.
You're going to learn how these guys go out there and they run it. I mean, there's a tier level for a reason.
Well, you can't buy experience.
No.
I mean, you take your old school drivers like Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt, Petty, Waltrip. These guys were out on the short tracks. Gordon ran open wheel midgets and sprint cars on short tracks, so they had a lot of seat time, a lot of wheel time, and kind of had a feel for the characteristics of the car so they could give better feedback to their crew chief. You take a kid like William Byron, for instance.
Yep.
He come from not video games. It was the iRacing. I don't know if you know what that is. iRacing is
the simulators.
Yeah, it's a straight up racing simulator. A lot of guys, in the off season and stuff like that, if they can't get out and get in karts or whatnot, they will use the iRacing as a tool for practice. And I mean, some of these guys' setups are ridiculous. They'll have 2 50-inch screens sitting there.
Oh, I've seen as much as 3. Exactly.
Yeah, they'll have the one in the middle and then 2 on the side, so you get like a whole view of the car. And
they're $1,000 seat.
They're sitting in, and now they have where they have actuators that can put the seat on that actually moves when you're coming into the turn and stuff like that. So it's pretty neat what they're doing. And
mentioning that it's funny we talk about that because I know I was sending you guys some pictures this weekend. I got a steering wheel myself for the PS4.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those.
Oh, it's so much fun. I'm sitting in between the sectional, and I got the Ottoman pulled up to me. It's like I'm in an IndyCar. Oh, I'm having a blast.
Mike Kanowski, what's up, buddy? Yeah, you're right. Tony is 100% correct, and Tony's never been one to hold back from speaking his mind, if you will. Tony will he don't care who he throws under the bus or whose feelings he hurts. He tells it like it is, so you got to respect that.
Absolutely, yeah. Yep, I completely agree. He got that. I was never a fan of him really as a driver because I was a Gordon guy.
Oh, I was.
He was a great driver, but I was a Gordon guy who was going out there and going against Gordon. It was him.
I'm sorry.
I didn't want that, and if him and Gordon ever gotten into a fight, Gordon would have had a broken jaw.
Oh yeah, Stewart would have waxed him.
Gordon was eating for a week or a month.
Smoke from Mars Hill.
Smoke from Mars Hill.
No, smoke's from Columbus. Smoke is from Columbus.
It's like he's from Mars Hill.
Yeah, I mean, Smoke's gangster. Don't be wrong, he's gangster.
That's good.
He used to race down at Whiteland. When I was down there karting, Tony would show up every now and again and do some racing down at Whiteland. So, Tony's one of those guys. He's a racer. Like I said, he tells it how it is, and I like Stewart for that. You know.
Nope,
but moving on, so NASCAR's at Martinsville this week. The paperclip, as they like to call it, 500 laps on a half-mile track.
That'd be a rough one too.
We will see some tempers flare.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're going to see some guys get dumped today because that's just short track racing.
Oh yeah. Yep. Especially around that tight turn, like you said, that paperclip, man. That is
you got 2 straightaways where you just open her up and rip it down, and then you're on the brake through a hard, rolling her down to get through the turn. And a lot of times what a guy will do when he's coming into the turn, he'll run up on a guy and give him a little bump, just enough to where he carries that momentum and it's going to push him up high, and that guy slides underneath.
Yep.
But when you do that, be prepared for the payback.
Oh, it's coming.
Because it's coming.
If he gets you up again, behind you,
if he can get to your back bumper, the payback's coming.
Oh yes.
But last year's winner at Martinsville was Clint Boyer.
Yep.
Do you see him doing it again today?
You know what? That is we can talk about that a little later. He is one of my picks. I'm not gonna say which one he is, but
we're not gonna get into that quite yet.
So yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna say which one he is. He could be my wrecker, could be my checker. So
right.
But yeah, he's out there, so we will definitely talk about him.
And
he's starting he's back 11th, I think.
I didn't even see qualifying.
Didn't get the run he really wanted. But I think he's trying to find that speed still.
Well, there again, like we were talking a minute ago with Harvick, that's that Stewart Haas team where Boyer's at too. It's like they're not at the level the Penske Fords are at yet. Penske Fords, I don't know if they have found something or just because I wouldn't necessarily say that Penske's drivers are better than what Stewart Haas has. I mean, you have, let's see, Keselowski, Logano, and Blaney versus Harvick, Boyer, and Almirola. Yeah, it's Eric Almirola and Daniel Suarez.
There you go.
So, I mean, I can see drivers pretty much even out there, if you ask me. And they're both running Fords. So, like I said, Penske is found something because their cars and their whole team is, top 5.
Yeah. No, I would completely agree. And I don't know, I know what you said as far as, those drivers aren't really better. But they're when you look at Logano and Keselowski, there's those young guys that they're not afraid to get up in your bumper.
Crashlowski?
He's not afraid. He's not afraid to get up in your
bumper. Oh no. He'll dump you in a heartbeat.
I almost he was penciled in as my record today, and I took him off. I said, no, he could win. I'm not going to do it. So,
Mike Hanowski says Stewart's dad Nelson's fun to drink with.
Yeah.
I can imagine, Mike.
Hey, Paul, how's it going? Thanks for joining.
But so that's kind of where I stand with NASCAR for this week. But moving on, did you catch any of the NHRA race last weekend?
I caught a little of the rerun that was on this week, but the kids were running around, and I think guess what was jumping all over me. So it's kind of hard. They're not into racing yet, so Charlie he digs the Indy cars.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Likes that.
And Graham's a little chunker, dude.
Oh yeah.
when you smile and your eyes squint, you're a little chunker. That was a good picture.
The street racing is going to take them some time. I think I'm going to have to get them out there to actually see it and experience it.
Hey, you know what you should do since you never did it growing up? Take the kids out to speed run.
Oh yeah. I think we're going to have a nice checkers and wreckers kids night out there.
We can definitely do that.
A little Eli out there.
Yeah.
Eli goes to the track.
Yeah.
That's his birthday.
Okay.
Oh, that's even better. Perfect.
This is the first day.
Perfect.
When we boom, he's ready.
And I will post pictures. I'm a Cowboys fan. His the one son looks just like
Little
the running
Zeke.
back for the Cowboys.
Little Zeke. Feed him. Yeah. So I wonder where Eli gets that from. Dad's not into racing, but Eli likes going to the track.
That's all. I'm gonna. Does Courtney have any influence on that?
Maybe a little bit.
He don't like it. He just don't like the cars going around.
So NHRA, last weekend you had Richie Crampton take the Top Fuel win, which is nice to see a new face in Winner's Circle and Top Fuel. Robert Hiatt got the W in Funny Car, which that team and Robert Hiatt seems to be very strong in Funny Car this year, and I could see him winning another championship.
Yep.
And then pro stock, we have Indiana's own Bo Butner.
Yeah,
gets the Wally.
That was the one I was kind of looking at, watching there when it came on.
In Bo Butner, I want to say he's from Floyd's Knob. Floyd's Knob, Indiana.
What a place!
I know
Floyd's
that
Knob.
name cracks me up every time I hear it. Floyd's Knob. Hey, where are you from? Floyd's Knob.
Where's that at? Do you have any idea? North, south?
I believe it's south.
South, huh?
And then
the more you know, folks, the more you know.
And then pro stock motorcycle, you got Andrew Hines getting a Wally, which it'd been a while since Andrew had been in the winner's circle. That Harley team is strong. His teammate Eddie Krawick, I can't remember if he won the championship last year or not, but and now they added Angel Sampay, so they have a 3-rider team at Vance and Hines. So
those motorcycles are fun to watch. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
To
I don't
watch
know how
them,
they don't fly off.
I mean, to watch them when they're going down, and if a wind gust come along and they're hanging off the side of the bike to keep it going straight,
when they get the thing, and I had a motorcycle at one point, and I felt the wobble.
I could not see you on a motorcycle.
It was a cruiser, not a.
I do
not a crotch rocket.
When I think of Tommy Boy, motorcycle never comes into mind.
Honda Shadow and a Kawasaki Vulcan. I had 2.
Oh man!
Now I have a wife and 3 kids. So, no more motorcycles. It's kind of hard to get the car seat on the back of a motorcycle. But
yes, Damon's over here acting like he knows what we're talking about.
He knows. He's there.
He's faking it real good.
He likes the motorcycle.
When they lean and their little knees on the ground.
Okay, but speaking of that, did you
see that video?
The Isle of Man TT?
Ooh,
those guys are freaking nuts.
Oh,
I mean, there's no way around it. Those guys have cojones like this.
Oh, that's an understatement.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
There's a video that we posted, and I mean, these guys, they're going down.
It's the tracks. I can't remember where Isle of Man is located. It's foreign country, but the track is like the roads in this island and the perimeter of the island, and they race around it. And I mean,
it's like a video game, but in real life.
Oh yeah, and the sometimes the road gets about this thin.
And there's one part where they come through, and I mean, they're just hammering it down, and the road crests and drops, and they come up in the air, drop the back tire, and the front tire sets down. They're just hammering it and gone.
They're headed somewhere.
You need to check that out. It's
the curve of the road. Oh, yeah.
That's definitely on the bucket list of races I would love to go to.
That'd be a hard one to watch.
I would like to see Isle of Man in person. I would like to see Pikes Peak Hill Climb in person. I think that would be awesome. We talked about that before, but yeah, the Isle of Man stuff is ridiculous.
How about the video? I believe it was you that posted the race on the motorcycles where that guy, he tried to hold on.
Ha
to
ha,
his bike.
Christy, you're funny.
He tried to hold on to his
Shake
bike
and bake.
there. You know what I'm talking? He was wrecking. He tried to hold on.
Oh, the one where he was trying to hold it out. Yeah.
Man.
I mean, any of those guys racing bikes like that, that's just to go them speeds. And like Damon just said, you're dragging your knee on the ground through the turns, and which they got what they call a hockey puck in their leathers on their knee. So it's not really that you can wear that down, or, what if something snags it just right and rips it out? And yeah, I'm good.
Right.
I'll stick to 4 wheels in a car. I feel safer.
He said roll cage.
What's up, Mr. Scott Rance?
Pops is on too there. Hey, Dad, how's it going?
Oh, Pops is on. Hey, Pops.
So, another thing there, the poll I put up, F1 versus Indy, and
it's round 2 actually, because the week before that we had IndyCar versus NASCAR, and IndyCar won that poll.
We could kind of consider this our March Madness,
right? So, and then this week we put up IndyCar versus Formula One, and IndyCar is winning in that one
pretty significantly. I mean, not too many votes. So if you are listening and you haven't voted on that, give us your input.
Yeah.
Tell us what you like better, the IndyCar series or the F1. I know we've talked about it before. The F1 series tends to have the more, I'm not going to say experience, but probably fine-tuned drivers.
Oh yeah, their cars are way far technically advanced versus an IndyCar.
So why is it just an American thing on the IndyCar, or why do people seem to enjoy IndyCar here more than F1? With when you see, I mean, F1 has the cars. Is it the money aspect? Is it the...
Well, I think, for an American standpoint, as far as IndyCar goes, you have more of an opportunity to go see an IndyCar race than you do a Formula One race. I mean, you have one Formula One race a year in the United States, and that's at COTA. And Formula One is to me completely different than IndyCar. Yes, they're both open wheel cars, but just every aspect of it to me is just a different form of racing.
And I don't know, it could be partially too. I think a lot of American race fans like to see the oval.
Yeah,
and obviously you're never going to see the F1 car.
No, you'll never see F1s on oval.
No.
Yeah, Scott, we're looking forward to coming out to Ingles too, man. We're really pumped up for that, and excited to come out and see some quarter scale racing and be out there for opening day.
Absolutely.
I know it'll be Tommy Boy's first time seeing quarter scale cars in person. I think the one's going to go out with us and check it out. So, it'll be first time for both of them. I have seen quarter scales, so they're awesome. I mean, it's.
Did you used to race quarter scales?
I never raced quarter scales. I was 10th scale.
Okay. 10.
But that quarter scales are kind of like I would say the cup cars of RC racing, if you ask me. I mean, because remember that picture I showed you the other day of the suspension components that WCM's working on? I mean, just look how intricate that is.
It looked like a small IndyCar.
Yeah.
Suspension there. It really did. It is interesting. Like
I mean, you got coil over fluid filled shocks and then all the aluminum arms and everything. Yeah, they're great.
It looks like a load of fun, that's for sure. Now I do have
a load of
fun. Kind of caught me off guard. I didn't know he was going for the button. And see, it's a button here.
It is a button. It's not a knob.
It's not a knob.
It's not Floyd's knob. We have Floyd's button.
Boom. You guys got to make that thing a Floyd's knob.
Yeah, you guys got Floyd's knob. We got Floyd's button.
The belly button.
I have a belly button.
There you go. The belly button. Floyd's knob. I like it.